Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we're out here at Avon Park Club number 4747, the AMA. This is the Hobby King Skipper. Now, I had this skipper when this version of the skipper was first released by Hobby King back, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and flew the dog mess out. It was actually before I even started the channel, and I don't think I had any videos of it on the channel, and ended up selling it like I do a lot of my planes. Well, reached out to Hobby King last week or a week and a half ago, and I said, hey, I'd like to review the skipper. And they said, sure, we'll be glad to send you one. So they sent me this one, and that's what we're going to do. Now, I've got an AR410 antennaless Spectrum receiver in the battery hatch. This plane has been around forever, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't do an unboxing build. It's got so many, I mean, it's so simple. I mean, you got the one big spar, one small spar, the wings slide in, they glue in. They've got double-sided tape that you can use already on the wings, but I just put a little bit of glue on there. Both halves of the elevator glue in, and rudder's already attached for you. All you have to do is hook up your elevator. That's all you gotta do. They give you a little Allen wrench to tighten up your quick connects here and everything, and props already on. They give you an extra prop. They give you a balloon to put your receiver in, but I never use it on the first one. I've had many water flights on it off the channel, and never got any water into the battery bay or the battery bay or the receiver area. And they sent me out a 2200 Turnigy Shorty 3S with it, and we're going to take it up. Now, I had the Dragonfly from Skynetic, and they're basically supposed to be the exact same plane, but I didn't measure them. I've already sold the Dragonfly, but I will tell you this, this one feels much lighter and feels more powerful. It does have their electronics in it from Hobby King, so, but it's kind of windy, so we're going to see how it goes. Timer set for 5 minutes, and you put your battery, I'll show you afterwards, but you put your battery, there's a place that says battery, and you actually put your battery from that point back, and she flies off anything. Okay, right, left, up, down, right, left. My rates are 100% throws, 30% expo, and kind of windy. So we're going to see how she does. Definitely need some up trim. I've got no kind of gyro in there. Right, let me back up a little bit so that I'm standing next to my son Gabriel, who's filming for me. Now, we're not replacing camera precious. He's just staying with us for a while, and he wants to film, so we're going to definitely let him. I understand this is the maiden flight for this plane, but I obviously have flown this kind of plane before. Now, I'm just doing this on the Maiden, these flights here, just to see how they get the plane trimmed and everything, and then we'll take it out the field or out the lake and get you some lake flights. I think she's pretty well locked in now. And it's windy too.
Feels nice though.
Oh yeah, it does. It feels really great. Into the wind, boy. I'm liking where I've got that CG, where they recommend you put it. I got a recommended CG, recommended battery placement, and that feels good. And you get an extra prop with it. Yeah, I feel this comfortable with this thing on a Maiden. And I've got an AR Spectrum AR410 Antenna-less receiver, so if y'all know anything about that receiver, it has no kind of gyro, no stabilization, just straight control. And it's just a simple 4-channel plane. All right, we're going to take it up. That was kind of fun. Let's do that again. Didn't quite do it that time. That's all right. Plane really looks good in the air. All right, it's windy. But gotta do our testing. So let's do a stall test. All right, clean stall, you're flying along, you lose power. What does she do? Just not gonna touch anything. All right, she glides down. She starts gliding a little to the left. So let's turn around. Do that again.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Clean stall. All right, flying along, you lose power. All right, she just kind of glides, kind of falls to the left a little bit. Now, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to pull up elevator, and I want to see for sure which wing's going to drop. Okay. Try that again. I won't pull as much elevator. I'll just gentle on the elevator, trying to hold the nose up. Of course, it's windy. She's getting pushed. It does seem to favor the left, so, but not bad. I'll do it one more time just for giggles. All right, kind of favors the left, it seems, but not bad. Not bad at all. All right, I wonder how she does inverted flight. Y'all know I'm going to do that next. Oh, a little bit of down pressure needed, but not bad.
1 minute.
Fun plane. Definitely a fun plane. A little bit of a hammerhead there. All right, let's get her turned around. Lander. Check the battery. All right, now,
Prop secured.
if I landed it on the Geotech, which it can land, it actually will get up off the Geotech quicker. But the problem with that is, y'all know, this is nothing more than heavy duty canvas stretched over the earth and tarred. So what would that do to the keel of this? I've already got dirt mark from doing the range testing in the driveway. That Geotech would just make a black stripe, and I put 2 coats of my clear coat on here to protect that. CG, really CG is kind of hard to check with this thing. It's 10 millimeters back behind the step here, the keel. So basically where that black, I don't know if you probably can't see it, where I got my finger, so straight out. But she's going to feel like she's nose heavy. But that's okay because she flies great, as you can see. All right, let me show you where I've got the battery. Right there, there's a wood tray, and it actually has indented in the word battery written on it with a perforated line that's visible. You put your battery on that line back, and you'll get perfect CG, 2200. All right, let's check that battery real quick because I can't hold it and check at the same time. Be careful with the stickers. If you got any kind of glue on your hand, on your fingers like I did when I was putting this together, I'm missing that orange right there because it's just water-based stickers or decals, and that glue just took that orange right off. Back here is where the battery or the receiver actually goes, so it's separate. This is all battery bay. Oh gosh. All right, we had 37 seconds left on a 5-minute timer, and I still got 68% or 63% left. So timer can go 8 minutes, fly the way you want on a 2200. Take it up again,
Motor on.
and we'll just go 8 minutes on the clock and see how it goes. All right. Like I say, my throws are just 100% throws, 30% expo. No kind of gyro. Now with water,
30 seconds.
which we'll definitely do a water flight with it, you kind of run along, and then as soon as she breaks that water seal, she'll suddenly rise on you. So you have to be aware of that. Just kind of fly around kind of slow. Now, if you were to put a gyroed receiver with a stabilizer in here, man, this plane would be even more locked in.
Timer expired.
If I was a brand new pilot and this is one of my first planes, you better believe I'd have a gyroed receiver in this thing, because she's actually quite powerful and quite responsive. But you put a gyroed receiver, this could be your first plane. And the nice thing about it is you can take it anywhere. You can fly this thing anywhere, and really almost any condition. Flies off snow, grass, land, water. You know, it doesn't matter. As long as you got some open field. And as you can see, she can fly slow enough to where you can definitely consider her a park flyer. So why this plane is not more popular and not in more people's hangars, I have no idea. Because it's a very, very versatile, fun plane. Just flying around happy, flying a little pattern here.
1 minute.
Just kind of keeping her in, kind of tight. I bet this thing will be very subject to ground effect with the way that wing is. She's set right down. From what I understand, ground effect is when the wing comes down and you kind of get pushback pressure and kind of holds the plane in the air for a little while, right before stall. Now, I might be wrong about that. Y'all can definitely, I'm sure knowing my viewers, they're going to definitely correct me if I'm wrong. But one thing I've noticed, my viewers are usually, 99% of the time, are very helpful in their criticism, not hurtful in their criticism. Once in a while, I'll get a troll, but for the most part, people want to learn and help.
2 minutes.
All right. What a great flying little plane, though. Definitely a great flying little plane. One more time around. And again, Hobby King, thank you for the plane and the battery. Little 2200 shorty, 3S shorty. Now it has a 40 amp ESC, so I guess technically it could handle 4S, but it doesn't. My rule of thumb on if a plane calls for 3S, but the ESC says 2 to 4S, if it says 2 to 4S, then I'll risk it and run a 4S just in small spurts. I won't keep it full throttle all the time. But if the ESC does not clearly say 2 to 4S, I don't do it. And this ESC does not say 2 to 4S. It just says 40 amp ESC. So I'm not going to do it. But you can see on 3S, plenty of power. All right, total stick time, 2 minutes or 7 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm hoping to be down in that 40 to 30% range. 49%. So really, if you throttle management, you could probably push it for 10 minutes. So honestly, on a 2200, let me get closer. And really the battery, like I said, as far as a after flight report, 100% throws, 30% expo. Let me put this around my neck because I'm going to drop my $1,000 transmitter here. Okay, rudder, 100%, 30% expo. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. Ailerons, same way. Simple setup. If you find that to be too twitchy, dial in some more expo. If it's too much like a drill bit, which it can be, dial a little more expo to make it a little easier for you. Just soften that up. Well, there you go. That is the maiden flight of the Hobby King Skipper. Our flight off of grass. Now we're going to fly a little later on. I'm going to put these black patches I've got on here. I'm going to attach some easy lights, and when the sun starts going down, we'll get you a lower light flight, and that'll really look cool. All right, well, thank you so much, folks. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good one. Hobby King, thank you again for the battery and the plane. Y'all have a good one. God bless you. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and Hobby King Skippers, amphibious planes. Bye, y'all.